You know the jungle. It's a part of you. But exploring is not a game. And you don't look before you leap.
I'm okay, Boots.
I have to confess I have never seen a single episode of Dora the Explorer. The Nickelodeon animated series that started in the year 2000, ran for about 8 or 9 seasons. Somehow I missed it. I don't know how. But you know, you never miss this stuff if you're reviewing movies, because it seems like everything that was once on television is now finding its way to the big screen in some sort of reboot or mock-up or reinvention. That's what's happening now with Dora and the Lost City of Gold.
An ancient city made of gold. Parapata. And your mother and I are gonna prove it.
And me.
I'm sorry, sweetie, you're not going.
What?
Being in the city around kids your own age, like Diego, might help.
So you're gonna get invited to some of these parties called raves. The music sounds like this. Go get it! Be careful. That's what we want to say.
It reminded me of the kind of mentality of the Spy Kids series or National Treasure, that sort of thing, but on a much younger scale. This has not been contemporized, even though the characters are older than they certainly were in the television series. This movie is somehow rated PG. I'm not sure how, because it is so squeaky clean and old-fashioned. This really looks like it could have been made 50 or 60 years ago and would have fit right in. This is definitely G-rated stuff for the youngest members of the family, who might be impressed by the special effects and that sort of thing as they go in search of all this supposed gold. It's a very basic kind of story. Every kid's read them in books that would never get adapted into movies that they read in school or things like that. Here it's saved by its lead character, played by the wonderful Isabela Moner. She's been terrific in other movies, more growing-up movies that I've seen, Sicario, different things. Here she is eternally optimistic, somebody that just like has come out of nowhere, doesn't seem to have ever lived in civilization. In fact, she grew up with her mother a zoologist and her father an archaeologist. The mother played by Eva Longoria, the father played by Michael Pena. They grew up in the jungle in a place that actually looks kind of nice. It looks like it might be an exotic getaway destination, but it's their house, as it were. This is all she's known. She grew up with the animals and things, and a CGI monkey that's always around her. I like the monkey, by the way. He was funny. Clearly CGI, but he adds a lot of laughs to the movie, what laughs it has. Nevertheless, she is shipped off to high school in Los Angeles, don't ask me why, where she is truly an outsider. She's her own kind of crazy person here in a world she doesn't know that well. She's living with another family there, including her cousin. Her cousin is Diego, played by Jeff Wahlberg. Nevertheless, he is perpetually embarrassed by everything Dora does. She's just like really kind of nuts, but actually charming in that way. She's friendly. She's just, as I said, eternally optimistic. Of course, there's the resident mean girl in school, Sammy, played by Madeline Madden, and she seems to be an adversary, at least at first here. And then there's actually a guy named Randy, played by Nicholas Colm, who seems to genuinely like her. These become her core group of friends as they are suddenly whisked away, as you can only do in these movies, suddenly transported back into the jungle, back onto this treasure hunt for all the gold, where they run into a guy played by Eugenio Debrez. He, of course, is the great Mexican actor, always overplays it for my taste. Here he really is doing that too, as he sort of leads them along. Seems to be a friendly sort, but you know, with these guys, they're never quite what they seem. I'll leave it at that.
I work with your parents. You're all in danger.
We're gonna die out here.
There's no need to overreact. Get it off! Get it off!
If you're watching this review, you know it's probably not for you, but if you've got very young kids, it's a time waster. No trouble about that. It's been expertly directed by James Bobbin, although he looked like he could have done this decades ago. And Nick Stoller, one of the writers, I'm surprised. There are a couple of witty lines here and there. It's perfectly entertaining for what it is for the younger set. It's actually opening against a far better family picture called The Art of Racing in the Rain, which is really a terrific film. I'll have more to say on that. And for this, Dora and the Lost City of Gold, it may be gold for those under 10, but no one else. I say no.